Greetings everybody, it is Phil back with another arcade video from Zaid Comics. Thank you guys for being here today. And this week I really wanted to find a cool space alien type game, and I thought, man, Space Ace, that would be a kick-ass game to go over. But God, it is so freaking hard. I have like 10 minutes of me just playing the same level over and over again, dying, keep putting more credits in, pushing start, watching these long videos. The game is so cool, the aesthetic is awesome, Don Bluth killed it, but for me nothing beats Dragon's Lair. So I'm gonna have to, polish up my Space Ace skills so I don't look like a total doofus just dying over and over again. We'll get back to that one later on this year, hopefully, if I could take some time and practice this game.
Wait a minute, like that.
So I went throughout the arcade looking for more cool space games, and this one is a wild one for you guys. It is so wild, I'm sure you guys have never played it. I never heard of it before we got it here at the arcade years ago. And when we did Like Out Foxes, which we saw in the last video, it was a staple of the arcade. It's probably the only US arcade that has this game. It came out in 2002, a game by the name of Uchuu Daisakusen Chocovader Contactee.
Hasawakano.
Is that Japanese?
No, that's Wonka spelled backwards.
No, that's super Japanese. This was published by Namco, like I said, 2002, and it's actually, I think, one of the only I can think of mini-game arcade games. This seems to be only released in Japan. I have no idea where my boss Doc saw this game, or maybe like all the other things, he sees it on the internet and he just sees it's wacky and he has to have it. Very rare, and if anybody wants to play this thing, this is the only place in the US you're going to be playing it, here at the Galloping Ghost Arcade. I looked up some facts about this. This runs on the Namco company's System 10 hardware and showcases 24 mini games. So there's so many possibilities you'd play through in this game. And when we say mini games, think like Mario Party. But the cool thing about that, all of these are revolving around aliens, different types of aliens doing weird, wacky things to humans, to different animals on Earth, abducting cows, as we'll see in this gameplay. So 24 mini games in 5 categories, which both players, this is a multiplayer game, you can play single player or head-to-head against a buddy. Both players using a joystick and a single button. Now, some of the games use both the joystick and the button, or just the button, testing your timing, memory, or just to see how fast you could hit that freaking button. Of course, the name is Japanese, really hard to say. We just say Contactee. But if you describe it, everybody's going to know what you're talking about if you're at the Galloping Ghost Arcade. There's very elaborate art pieces that go along with each mini game, which are hilarious. And my favorite thing about this game is it doesn't feel like a heavy game. If you lose it, you still had fun. You're not mad about losing it. And when you push start again, there's 4 other mini games that you haven't tried yet on the screen. So if you do end up succeeding, getting good at one of the games, you can move on and keep going further and further. And there's going to be 5 more games you haven't played yet. So let's get into these. This one right here on screen is the Brain Scrambler. The little alien there, the guy with the big head, is scrambling the human's brains that are coming out of the tube, and you have to match the shape on the screen with the one that you find. Hilarious ones we already saw was the cow catcher, where you abduct the cows by smashing the button down as fast as you can, and the face manipulator, where you have to kind of clone or match your eyebrows, your nose, your mouth to the faces of the humans to create a fake abomination human. Now this one as your basic target practice. You just gotta zap as many of these guys as possible. See, the thing about Contactee, everything's in Japanese, so you kind of are learning how to play the game as you play it. I mean, I can't read this stuff. I don't know what the instructions mean. You see a little green alien with a death ray, and you kind of just figure that you got to kill these people. And I thought at some point that there would be some enemies or some characters that you were not supposed to hit, but no, you just kill them all. But that's the fun of it, right? You are learning as you go. And I'm sure if I spoke Japanese or could read this stuff, I know what I'd have to do. But that's the charm of the game, being here at the Galloping Ghost. This one a little bit harder. It's kind of like that dinosaur game that you play when your internet is down. You just got to use the button as a space bar, but you hold it down, the alien dog jumps higher. He just wants to eat that meat. He hates these wooden logs because he keeps tripping on them. Now, this one might be my absolute favorite. You have an alien that looks so much like a xenomorph, and all you have to do, it's like championship sprint. You just mash that button and eat this cow as fast as possible. The chart pops up telling you which part of the cow you're eating, and that last spot when he just gulps down the head. That one's so satisfying, so fun. I'm as satisfied as that xenomorph. And I'd like to say I got the best grade on there, out of the ones that I did. I got, what was that, a B+? It's pretty good, guys. Now, there are matching games here. This one kind of got complicated for me. After a while, I didn't really know what they were asking, but that's the cool thing about this. There's so much variety in these mini games. Whether it's matching games, I thought this one was one of these things is not like the other. I think it was. It's just maybe my brain wasn't firing on all cylinders that day. Another cool kind of archetype or theme of game that this tackles is the shoot 'em up, which we haven't really gotten a chance to explore shoot 'em ups on the channel with the arcade. But instead of playing a spaceship shooting up other spaceships, you play this crazy bug type alien that's flying through the sky, taking out a human military airplane. And this is cool too because you don't have just a regular shot. You could keep firing the button to shoot your kind of plasma rounds, but you can also hold the button down. The bar at the bottom will fill up, and it'll be this super blast beam that shoots out. And another thing I like about these mini games is if you die, you come back to life in the mini game. It doesn't give you any penalties. It's all about kind of the effectiveness you have, the damage you do during that game, and then it judges you. You don't have 3 lives. You can keep dying, within that specific time frame. That's another way that this game allows you to feel like you're just having fun. It's not serious, and that's what these games are. Just like comics, they're escapism. They shouldn't put any weight on your shoulders, and you shouldn't rage. In this game, I don't think anybody's raging playing Contactee. So you guys need to come out and play Contactee. It's super unique. You'll never play another game like it in the arcades. Just the wackiness, the fun of the mini games, the characters, the little art spots they have in this game, and the variety of mini games you'll be playing in here. If you are someone that just likes gaming, if you just love arcade games, you're gonna find something you love in this game. This week I wanted to highlight a badass space comic, Tales from the Natverse 2. It's crowdfunding right now in Indiegogo, and it is created, drawn, and written by Simon Sim Pothier, an awesome artist, one of the first artists that I noticed when I came into creating comics, crowdfunding stuff. Sim has a very unique style that he's honed over the years. When you look at any drawing he does, you can look at his stuff and be like, man, that is Sim right there. And Tales from the Natverse is his Galactic Badass series. It's about an awesome intergalactic biker, bounty hunter, and a motley crew of characters. Now, this is an anthology series. You can grab the first one on the campaign as well, and I think this one just looks even better. The colors, the art, the story is all coming together here. This is a fun character, a fun book. It does not take itself too seriously, just like Contactee. I think they're a perfect pair because when you're going to be reading this, you're going to get that big dose of awesome escapism, and that's what we are here to do for you guys. As always, the links are below in the description. Check out our books. We are crowdfunding them, about to ship out the Lost Pages 2 this week, and you can check out everything else on zaidcomics.com, merch, comics, and the new art book that my brother just put out, Dr. Zaid's The Butt Book. If you love babes, if you love original art, you're going to love this originally hand-colored art book. Get it? And don't you forget,
we are the music makers, and we are the dreamers of dreams.